We're seeing pretty raw eyewitness video from the scene this morning. Not clear exactly how many minutes ago this was taken, but this appears to be the initial emergency response.
West Virginia.
We are told this happened relatively close by to the Baton Rouge Police Department headquarters. As you may recall, there was a recent threat against officers there. There were people taken into custody in that situation. In this case, we can see police officers here and cars and lights and sirens. But as we dip in and out of WAFB there in Baton Rouge, as they try to obtain more information, let me go back on the phone to CNN's law enforcement analyst, Harry Houck. Harry, it was 9-10 days ago that the ambush occurred in Dallas. 5 police officers killed and others wounded in that encounter. That was, by some historical measures, one of the worst attacks against law enforcement in many, many years. Now here we are, we do not know the scope of this, and we don't want to get ahead of the local reporting on the ground in Louisiana. But when you hear multiple officers shot in this situation in Baton Rouge, can you tell us what would be happening right now with that police department and with other authorities that would be swarming the scene?
Well, you know, another thing that the police departments are thinking in the area and all around is this going to be a larger conspiracy, you know, to attack police officers? Listen, police are doing everything they can to track down this shooter. Like I said, the whole area is probably cordoned off, like probably I'd say within a square mile. They have no idea. I don't know if they're still confronting the shooter or not. I don't know if they have a hostage situation going on right now. So, you know, things are still pretty sketchy. But I'll tell you, Brian, you know what I've been noticing and looking at statistics, although in the last couple of years the police shootings have not gone up as far, have not reached a new plateau. But what we are seeing is that police ambushes are up considerably from the past years. I mean, we're looking at this year now where we're gonna probably bypass the same amount of police officers that were shot in the line of duty the same time since last year. So I checked the reports for 2014, and there were 11 ambushes on police officers in 2014. And, you know, I don't know the circumstances surrounding this shooting here, but it sure looks to me if that many police officers are shot, that we're talking an ambush here.
So that'll be one of our questions, certainly. Was this an ambush-style situation? Harry, please stay on the phone with us. I want to bring in other guests as well. Art Broderick joining me on the line, another CNN law enforcement analyst. And Art, this may be a dumb question, but I want to check with you. Do you have any further information besides what we're sharing from your sources? Actually, let me work on getting Art reconnected with us, so stand by on that. Just to explain to viewers what you're seeing on the screen here, these are the first images we're getting from Baton Rouge. This is a situation that obviously is developing relatively early on a Sunday morning in Louisiana. In some ways very different from the sickening situation in Dallas a week and a half ago, where there were many people, many camera crews, as well as peaceful protesters on the scene. In this case, we do not know how this started. We do not know exactly what time this situation started, but there has been a shooting with multiple officers reportedly down. There are conflicting reports about whether any officers are dead or how many officers are dead and how many officers are injured. Presumably that information is being assessed right now on the scene. But a local station here is showing some amateur eyewitness video of at least the early moments after this shooting. There were also reports from, I believe we have the mayor actually joining us on the phone. Let me see if we can dip into that. Is this? This is from the affiliate.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So let's go ahead and listen
right now, hopefully, because we are now trying to make sure that we're getting more and more officers. But, I mean, the thing is right here, this is a very dangerous job. I mean, I cannot even tell you the magnitude, except I've worked public information for city police, and also being mayor for 12 years, you see it from a totally different perspective. When they kiss their daughters and sons and wives eye, you know, the bottom line is that those families aren't sure whether that person is going to come back to the door. But we can alleviate some of the fears by showing a spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood instead of drawing a line in the sand and say, you stay on that side of the line, I stay on this side of the line, and we're never going to shake hands. So right now there's a call to everybody. Regardless of how you may feel, there's still a core city and a great place that we live in. Don't let it be defined by what happened today or what happened last week or anything of that magnitude. It is an urgent call for us to come together.